this fall. But we are going to be building the live spirit box, the homemade spirit box live. So that's what we're going to be doing. So you adjust the camera right there, well, my phone. So I'm going to actually turn you guys towards the radio. And it's simple. It's really easy. I know that I actually just have to hook up the wires up to the radio. You got speaker wires up to the radio. So then that way, and you feed it, feed it all back through, and then we can get into, the whole box thing in itself. So here we go. Of course, that you guys are gonna be tilted down over it. I think you guys can see it. Yeah. So, but now, please, there we go. Yeah. So, with the homemade spirit box I am going to add everything in the description on YouTube. Since my computer went crappy on me. So it's basically, I just took a regular extra car speaker that I had just laying around. So there you have the 6 screws that open the back of the radio. Of course, if you're doing this, please put everything so you know where it's at. You're not going to be losing anything. So is this in the way? Or is that better? I don't know. So it's basically, if you have to, you run a little extra wire from your speaker. That way that can actually go through the radio and the whole 9 yards. So you are going to want to drill a little hole in the back of your radio so that way you can pass the wires through it. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to pass the wires through. Now, and that you always just want to give yourself a little extra wire, especially when you're doing speakers and all that. You just want to give yourself just a little bit of an extra leeway with the wire. If you do have too much wire, you can always push it back up inside of the radio, so that way it's not just hanging everywhere. So you have to make sure that you find the positive and the negative wire. So this here would be negative. So I'm basically just taking the wire, and on the back of the little speaker here, I'm just finding an opening, and I'm just wrapping it around the wire and the soldered little part there. Of course, this is always the fun part because you have to, this one didn't, you mother Fletchers. They soldered this one real good. So come on, get in there. Figured that I'll do this live. You guys can watch me struggle with it, and laugh at me as I'm struggling. Come on. All right. And this is also when it's good. Where'd it go? To have a little pair of pliers or something, because sometimes you got fat fingers, because you do have to twist the wire on there pretty damn good, that way that they don't fall off or anything. And my fingers are too damn fat. There we go. Come on. You're right there. There we are. Of course, it's filled up to that little nub. But yeah, you guys are going to be building one of these, that you just want to get everything prepped, ready to go. It's like before you actually start with the whole taking everything apart, everything like thing like that. You just want to make sure that you have everything set, ready to go. Ow. So it's like I stripped the extra wire, everything of what was going to for what I was going to be using. So I got everything ready to go with that. So now I'm just going to do the positive side here. Again, just prep your work if you're going to be doing this. Just make sure that you give yourself a little bit longer wire than you think that you're going to need. Same thing when you strip it. I would strip it at least 2 inches of wire down. So this way, when you are wrapping the wire around the speaker ends, that gives you a little extra space. Now let me grab the wire. This is what I had out already. I'm going to grab the portable battery charger. And I'm just going to double check, make sure the speaker is working right. So this way, if I have to readjust the wires, I'll be able to. So. Oh, come on, wire. Get in there. So. Plug it up. Now you guys can take off the antenna or you guys can leave the antenna on. That is all up to you guys. So both speakers are working. So that is good to know. Both speakers are working. Of course, that's regular AM, FM. Let's go to Bluetooth. Why don't you go to source? All right, so yeah, source, Bluetooth.
Bluetooth mode.
Yeah, so both speakers are working. So that's good to so that's good to know that everything is hooked up right, everything is ready to go. And unplug the power cable from the radio. Put that off to the side, move the phone. Yeah, so of course, I did it the easy way. I unscrewed all the screws this way that guys are not sitting here watching me unscrew 6 screws. Should be enough wire. So that this way of it's when you're doing all of this, it's just making sure that everything is prepped, ready to go. It's just like the box. I already pre-drilled the holes. I already had it all put together. I literally took it apart, so that way that we can go live with it. So also that way that I can make sure that everything's going to fit together right. And I literally have a bowl full of screws for the box. I do have to add the handle on top. I might do that while we're live. Come on, go in there. Come on, screw. sometimes these screws want to be pains in the butts. Oh yeah, now you fall in there, right? So, it's always a good thing to, when you take out screws of whatever you're working on, even if it's your own personal car, a radio, whatever, find something to put them in, even if it's just, a bowl or a cup, whatever. That way you don't lose them, you know where everything is at. All right, so that is all put together. So now the radio is all back together. Speaker is hooked up to it. So move this off to the side. So I'm going to show you guys basically the front. I did keep the bottom screwed on this way that I have a stand to hold it upright. So I did build a little stand / bracket for the radio and also for the speaker. So that way it takes a lot of pressure off of the plexiglass. So, it's just basically a nice little bracket that I built. I did have to add in some stuff up top to take up the space between the bottom of the radio and the little platform that I built. So this is going to so let's just basically just slide the speaker straight through the top part. And then you're going to take your radio, slide it straight through. So that I'm not going to have it, it's like completely flush up against the front of it, because it's with having the extra speaker, everything, especially with the way how it is built, I do have holes drilled in the front of the box, so that way, because I don't have a cover for the speaker. So we're going to take the speaker, pass it up to here. Again, I do have all the holes, everything pre-drilled for everything. So just going to line the speaker up. Come on. Really? No, I don't want to move. Come on. Of course now. Oh, it's caught, that's why. Yeah, so basically that the box is just to hold up the bottom on the bottom for the speaker. It's just to hold up the bottom part because it is magnetic. This is a heavy magnet on here. So I'm just taking a little tiny screw with a little nut and washer on it. And I'm just basically just going to be screwing in the speaker in. Screwdriver. Screw this in. Now it's, again, you guys don't have to build it, out of plexiglass. You guys can build it out of wood. Like I did with the first one that we built. So, so when you are screwing the speaker into the plexiglass, you don't want to over screw it. You don't want to screw it too tight that, again, it is plexiglass. Plexiglass will shatter. So, now that you just want to make it nice and snug. You don't want to go overkill when you're screwing in the little screws through, when you're hanging up the speaker, because you don't want to be cracking the plexiglass. And George, yes, thank you. We were talking about building another one. And I was saying, well, why don't we build it out of plexiglass? Something different. That we are going to add lights on the inside. I do have a string of lights. So this way, if people go, well, how does it work? that this way, you know, can just easily just show them of, hey, look, you know, it's basically a, you know, a certain kind of radio, your basic car speaker that are usually found in like the back doors, or they're found in like your, what do you call it, your dashboard. So, you know, it's nothing really special about the speakers. They're just easy, small. But yes, the whole thing with the, you know, with the see-through, the clear, we know that, like, we were going over, you know, there's like different ideas on, you know, it's like, what should we do, you know, for another one. So basically, you know, this is what it's going to be. The radio up on top, speaker on the bottom. Now, this is the part that I also wanted to wait until we, you know, we're live, because you do have to brace the radio to the little bracket here. So, you know, I got out one of the little brackets out that we had. So where did my drill go? You know, so it's that I know of, I gotta come over, you know, it's like here a little bit, because there is a motherboard right here in the middle, like right where the battery pack would go. There is a computer board there. So I literally have to, well, since I know where I have to drill, but I would drill the hole before this, but I did drill a hole before this, but it was too high up. So damn it, that's my bad. Yeah, I wasn't holding it very tight. So, you know, it's just basically just an extra support that is going to hold the radio in place. So, because without this little, because I literally had to do the same thing with the wooden one. I had to screw, you know, that I had to make a little platform on the inside of the wooden box as well. This way, the radio is not going to fall out. It's not going to slide. So, not a little too far in. So, you know, that you make sure that you have this, like the speaker, well, not the speaker, the radio where you want it. Then in the back where I have this little bracket at, again, that I line it up to where I want it. I'm just going to take the drill straight through it. I was not really adding any pressure while drilling through the plexiglass. Plexiglass will shatter, will crack if you are drilling through it. Same thing if you are cutting it. If you're not careful, it literally will crack. I know, I've done it before. So, not with this box, but I've done it before while working with plexiglass. You know, so it's, you basically want to get everything snug and tight as you can by hand. I wouldn't really want to over tighten anything when it comes down to, you know, the screws or anything like that, because you do not want to crack the plexiglass. So that, you know, something that's just simple, easy. Now is what we are going to do is I'm going to put on the sides. and then we will install the lights. Well, I'm going to put on the top and the sides, so that way that we can get everything installed. So as you can see that I did, pre-drill everything. Still has the brackets on there. Everything. That's one of the sides. This is the side I want. Yes. So again, I do have everything pre-drilled, everything. So this way, it's just gonna snap back together real easy for me. Again, when I was drilling through the plexiglass, I did not put a lot of pressure. I was letting the drill basically do all the work, because you will crack plexiglass if you're trying to drill through it and you're putting a little too much pressure, that you will crack it. So again, it's the whole thing with pre-drill, pre-cut, make sure that you have everything ready to go, so you're not last minute going, oh crap, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. So this way, it's as you're moving along with this, it's all right, this is done, that's done, this is done, that is done. It's just going to make your job easier. Again, also, I do have a bowl right now full of screws, from when I was building this before. I did take it apart. I wanted to make sure everything was going to line up right, and I did want to I did pre-drill everything out. And I'm not using a drill to put it together. I am literally using a regular hand screwdriver to put this together. Just regular screwdriver, nothing special about it. And as soon as it starts to get snug, that's when I am literally stopping, and I'm not going to be screwing the screw anymore, because I do not want to again crack the plexiglass. So I'm going to put on now the other side on. So now imagine if I did not pre-drill these holes. Right now, with the weight of the radio and the speaker in there, we'll be making this extremely hard right now. To be moving stuff around and trying to drill into the plexiglass and everything like that. So again, if you're gonna be doing this, please pre-drill your holes. Put the brackets to where you want them. So this way, when you are putting it all back together, everything, it's just a matter of literally popping a few screws, back in. So you guys can hear the monster in the background. Because we literally just had Burger King for dinner, so he wants everybody's French fries, and he's not getting it, French fries. What, Birdie? She's sitting over there in the cage looking at me. I'm like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Yeah, so again, literally everything is just put together by a couple screws, brackets. I did go a little extra with the brackets, on how many brackets that I did put on here, because again, it is plexiglass. I cannot specify on the risks of too much weight on plexiglass, or too much pressure on plexiglass when you're drilling, or anything like that, because there is the major risk of cracking it. So now comes the fun part, is because now we're going to try to figure out on where to put these lights on the inside of the box. After I pop this screw in, come on, you're right there. So literally these tiny, the screws on the bottom. Pop these inside. Yeah, so it's. I also built the clear. Was one thing. I can add lights to it. If people ask, it's like, how did you build it? Blah blah blah. It's to be a lot easier to show them. Be a lot easier to explain it to people. So I do have to add on those 2 screws. I am again trying to figure out on where to literally. And how to put the lights in here. I did make a hole in the back of the box, so that way I can run the power wires out. So that way it make it a little bit easier. So it's that way. So a lot of people have asked me, why do you put the brackets on the outside? Well, one, if you have to work on this, do you really want to break it apart? Do you really want to, damage it, just because a wire fell in, or it's, the speaker went bad, whatever, that you really want to be breaking the box, ripping it apart, to, fix, something or to change something. So it's by putting the the brackets on the outside. God forbid if you literally have to, change something, work on something, that you'll be able to. It's just going to make it a lot easier for you. So, you know what? Yeah, so the power end part of the wire, this one here, that it does have little prongs, so this here I'll probably put up this way across the top, so that way when I go to hook up the power source up to it, it's gonna make my job easier. But I'm not gonna put it like all the way at like the the edge of it. Same thing, with the lights. I'm not going to put them like directly, well, you know what? Too bad I am. So say I'm not going to put them up there on the lip, but that's the way that they seem to be going right now. So, the whole thing with the lights. Now, you also have to make sure of, now see in the front, I do have holes drilled, so I have to be careful on where. Actually, I can't do it that way, because I have the holes there. So, you know what? Let's just zigzag the lights through. Whatever. It's like however you want to do it. Again, you can make this, do this however you want. I'm just placing the lights in there. Nothing really fancy. It's more for, the fun of it, not, to be all fancy with it. Now, I'm literally just zigzagging, the lights through. Hopefully I can, be able to edit the live, so I'll be able to add it in the descriptions on what I used to build this box on YouTube. Hopefully I can edit that. I should be able to. So I'm just placing the lights anywhere. Again, there are pre-drilled holes. So I'm also just trying to avoid where like the holes are also. Again, because if you drill through these lights, it's, you know, the strand is done. You're not going to be able to you know, use the strand anymore because you killed it. So yeah, so right now I'm just throwing the lights up there. Doesn't really matter on how you put the lights in. You know, they're still gonna glow. You know, they're still gonna, you know, do what you want them to do. You know, it's just more for the fun part of you know, having lights inside of it. I should have thought about this part before. You know, so you know, I'm just literally just place them in there. I'm not putting them in any certain pattern or anything like that. Again, it's more for just show. You know, that, you know, that to have fun with it. So, come on. And once, you know, we get it all back together, I will turn it on. You know, and check out the I already know the lights work. I already had them on. So, but you know, just to, you know, see how well it lights up the box. You know, stuff like that. You know, and again, you don't have to put them, you know, like the lights in any certain pattern. It was how I was going to do it. I realized, oh crap, I pre-drilled holes, so I wasn't able to do it the way I wanted it to. So, you know, so right now it's just basically just place them in there all willy-nilly. If you want to, you know, take your time and, you know, put them in there like a certain way, you know, that's all up to you. You can, you know, do any way that you want. You know, with the lights, it's your box. You know, you can do anything you want with it. But you know, this one here, I'm just popping the lights in there. I did get this strand, I believe, is like 23 feet. So I still have a good portion to go. I am also going to put them on the top of the box, you know, on the inside top part as well. But I wanted to make sure that I had room to, you know, get in there with my hands and everything. So this here is the top part. Again, I did leave brackets on it. So what I'm going to do is, before I actually put, you know, screw this on, I am just going to put, you know, like the lights up there and on there. So that way, you know, just, you know, to try to do is like the whole inside of the box, you know, as I can, but also, you know, make sure that you're staying, you know, a good little bit away from, you know, it's like where the screws are and where you have the holes at. So again, you know, I'm not doing anything fancy with the lights. I'm just placing them in there. You know, it's, again, guys, you know, it's more for, you know, fun with the lights. You don't have to add the lights in there. You know, you can put, you know, make the box however you want. You know, it's like if you want it made, you know, out of wood, you know, make it out of wood. You know, but it's the same concept. You know, with everything, you know, with the brackets, even for the radio, also even for the speaker, same thing, that you're going to want to have a bracket or a block, something to hold up the back of the speaker. That way it's going to take pressure off the plexiglass. Now this is also where I literally waited until I was building it live, because I am going to add a handle to it. So actually, you want to do it this way. So you just want to, put the handle on there. I do have a marker. I'm just going to mark where the holes are going to go for the handle. Again, guys, you guys want to, make it, exactly square by square by square. You guys can. Again, with me, that's just little things. So sometimes when you are working with plexiglass, your best bet is to literally take a small drill bit first, make your little starter hole, and then go back through with a bigger drill bit. And again, I am literally letting the weight of the drill go through the plexiglass. I'm not forcing it through anything, like that. So I did do a little pilot hole. So now I'm just going up to a little bit bigger drill bit, just to make the holes bigger for the screws I'm putting in. There was things that I wanted to wait until, we were live to do, and that was putting the bracket on the radio, also installing the handle. So this way I can show you guys on, it's like, all right, do a little starter hole first and work your way up. Most people would, well, I can't say most people, but there are people out there that would just, all right, I need, this size drill bit. I'm just going to start drilling through the plexiglass. And you will actually crack the plexiglass. So this one here, I think I moved over a little too far. And again, on the first one that we built, it's I literally have a chain on there for a handle. You can use anything that you want for a handle. It can be a piece of rope. It can be but something that's going to be sturdy to be a handle. You something, go out there and just get like a piece of like cable wire. So now it does have the handle on top. I'm going to place this back up here, so that way we can carry it around. So I can just make sure that's back down, and make sure that all the brackets, everything, are on the outside. Now it's going to be time for the back part of the box. Again, I did add, I did make a hole in the back of the plexiglass, this way that you can run the power wires through it, and everything. So peel some of this back. Doggo is barky, so it's gonna place this on here. Again, guys, you can do the lights any way that you guys want to do it. It's if you guys build this, it's gonna be your box. You can do it, how you want, any way that you want to do it. So no, that they say that like there's like a certain way how to fold these lights. I was looking it up. I'm doing for like what like it says on like how to fold the lights over, but it doesn't seem to be working the way how they were showing it on YouTube. So yeah, so I'm just putting the lights on. Again, it's like if you guys just want to have little lights, like a little bit of lights inside the box, you guys can go out to Five Below. You can buy the lights that go on the back of your TV. These are actually lights that's made for under your bed motion lights. So that's what I got here. So again, you guys can use white lights, colored lights. These ones here that did come with a remote, so I can change, the color of the lights, all that. So I literally had enough to go all the way around the inside of the box. I didn't put any on the front of it. That already has enough going on with the speaker and the radio. So now before you screw all this back up, you're going to want to pass your power wires through. So passing the one through for the radio. Now here is the plug for the lights. That sometimes you might have to plug the lights in once or twice because you might put the plugs in backwards. There is a certain way how the lights go plug in. So that there are different types of lights that like you can get. All right, I put the plug on backwards. Did I? Oh wait, I gotta turn them on. That'd be this one. All right, I did put them on backwards that time. So that these lights here come with a remote. So like this is like the phone. There it goes. That like there's different light patterns what you can use. It's like with these lights here. Auto. You can make it change colors. No, you can make the lights do any color or stuff that like you guys want. So and now let's gotta get all this line back up. And screw everything finally back down. Make sure, again, when you're screwing things together, that you do not over tighten your screws. Start off. Are you? How to? Oh, never mind. Let's say how to, but no, I screwed up on something. Yeah, it was a hole that I first drilled that was in the wrong spot, so it was throwing me off. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start basically with like the corners pretty much of with the screws. That way it's secure, so when I go to screw in the other parts, it's not gonna be so much pressure. Oh, what the hell? Did it again. Also, it's like when you're doing this, make sure that you have all the holes lined up. It's like right there, I literally just screwed up. It's my bad. I should put that one in first because of how the box is. But yeah, this is something that anybody can build. It's quick, easy. What the hell? You were screwed in here? Oh, I know why. It's moved. Nope. I don't know, but I guess I'll have to put that one back in. But yeah, so it's just make sure of, again, you have everything pre-drilled. Don't be using a drill to install the screws. You will crack the plexiglass if you are doing that too hard. So it's when I'm putting the screws back in, I'm literally letting the screw grab the plexiglass and pull it back towards the bracket. I am not pushing on the plexiglass. I do not want to break it. That's bowing out, but so these are just one of those things to where you can turn it into, it's like if you have a paranormal team now, you can turn this into like a team project. Y'all can take turns doing something. So it's just it's again, one of these boxes pre-built, which of course, is a higher, better grade than mine is. Those boxes are going to run you anywhere from, say, about $300 on up. Now this is just a quick, simple, easy way. It does the same thing as the Portal Box does. For what you can buy, from your ghost hunting store. So, again, this does the same thing. It just minus all the extra wires and all the extra little boxes that attach to it. So, and that we have used the wooden one a couple times. People say, that it works great. It's awesome. With this one, again, that we added in the lights just to make it, a little bit different. It's even if you don't want them changing colors, if you just want a solid color, go ahead, take the remote. And some of them even have a program that you download the app for, and you can control the lights that way, also on your phone. So, lay this on the side. Screw the bottom in. No, it's all right. I would say, pre-drilling, pre-cutting everything. It probably did take me roughly about an hour. To pre-drill everything, to pre-cut everything. It was roughly about an hour that it took me. Which really isn't that bad. Again, you can turn this into a team project, to where it's like, all right, somebody wants to, install the lights. All right, you can install the lights. You have somebody on your team who is good with, electronic stuff. All right. Well, then they could, be the ones to do the wiring for the, what do you call it? With the speaker to the radio. It's like, let them, do it. This here is in a little too far. So, and again, you know, it's like when you're putting it back together, you know, things might slide around, things might move around from where you originally had, you know, things drilled, you know, your holes drilled into. You know, so you just got to move it around. Don't be trying to yank, pull, or manhandle. The plexiglass, again, it will break. I cannot say that, you know, so much. Again, you know, plexiglass is just like glass. It's gonna break if you force it too much or if you drop it. I do have to re-drill a couple holes. I'll do that with you guys on live. Because when I was pre-drilling the holes, I guess that a couple of holes that I just like eyeballed, and they didn't line up right. So I do have to like re-drill a couple holes, which is no biggie. I can do that with you guys, you know, on the live. No, so again, you know, I'm just using, you know, your basic screwdriver, you know, and I added so many brackets to it because it is plexiglass. You know, I just wanted to be on the safe side with, you know, on how secure it's going to be. So I got to drill 1, 2. Maybe drill 2 holes. No, that it's more for, you know, making sure that everything, you know, lines up, everything, and you don't want to rush it. You know, take your time doing it. So just make sure I only have those 2 holes left. I have to re-drill. Well, those are in. So I had to re-drill this hole here. Re-drill that hole. So I'll switch back to the smaller bit. Again, you know, like this could happen to where you literally, you know, misjudge where you got to drill. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Again, I'm not putting any pressure. That I was literally just holding the box still. I'm not putting any extra, you know, crazy pressure on, you know, the plexiglass or anything. I'm literally just letting the drill bit grab it, and the weight of the drill actually do all the drilling. So that one's done. To do this one and that one over there. Actually, this one here I might be able to. Oh. It's kind of crazy for that one from when I was drilling the hole, how the colors were changing so quickly. Again, you know, you can also even get the ones that pick up on like music, you know, for the lights, to where when the spirit box is talking, whatever, the lights will flash, you know, with the voices. You know, if you have somebody on your team who has seizures, that would not be a good idea. So, you know, there is different settings on the remote that comes with it. You can take different things, solid colors, or I just clicked auto on it. That was all I did. So now it is all back together. Let's turn on friggin' radio moved. Crapola. Well, that was from me moving it around, which I can easily just pop it right back out. Hopefully. Yes. Damn it. So again, it was when I was installing all the screws, everything, it happened to move. These things happen. You know what? Even that works. You know what? It's in there. Even better than it was before. I did pull it out a little bit. Of course, that I'll fix it. Everything. So let's plug in the radio into the power port. Turn that on.
Bluetooth mode.
Go into the phone. Now you can use this with any type of Spirit Box app. For what you guys trust. Let's see. Why aren't you on here? Bluetooth settings. It is connecting. Again, so this, this is something that's simple, easy. Lights up, the whole 9 yards. So both Spirit Boxes are literally the same radio. Where did my little remote go for this? I would say easily about the 5 pound radio. The whole thing is probably about 5 pounds. That's what I would estimate it as. So it's really not that heavy. Again, you can change this to green, blue, red, like a reddish orange, and it does come with a remote. Or that you can do it on your phone. Because some of them do have an app that you download for it. So, all right, let's shut off the Bluetooth on my phone. Turn it back on. My phone is trying to connect to it because there is 2 of them. Because there's both radios are the same radio. So it's it's showing up twice up on the phone. So, all right, so it is connected. So it is coming out of both speakers right now. Let's shut off the other light. So again, it's something that's easy. Anybody can do it. You can change the colors, anything you guys want. That's like a purpley color. That's a light blue. So you guys can put it as any color you guys want to do it as. You know, so it has a nice little handle, weighs about 5 pounds, roughly about that. So, you know, this is something that you guys can, you know, build, you know, at home. You don't have to fork out, you know, $400 or $500 for, you know, for one. You know, you guys can, you know, build it, you know, at home, you know, or build it as a team. I am going to try to add all of the stuff that I used in the description on YouTube. So this way, anybody who wants to watch it, they can. You know, there are different settings for the, you know, you can have a blank. You know, there's different things of what you can do. You can have it change colors, you know, however you guys want it. But I will add the description, you know, in the descriptions on YouTube, all the, you know, all the parts I use, everything, with links to everything on Amazon. That's where I did get everything from. So, you know, this is something, you know, you can take with you. You know, it can be, you know, one of your main parts of, you know, equipment, because we are, you know, we're gaining some team members to where we're going to be breaking up into like two, you know, two teams. So each team will have their own spirit box, photo box with them. You know, everyone, you know, people just have to just sync their phones up to the Bluetooth, and it'll be ready to go. So now it is all complete. Again, you can build this out of wood. You can build this out of plexiglass. Of course, you know, I did go a little heavy with the brackets. It actually looks kind of cool. With the brackets, you know, like that. You know, I did add a little bit more than I would have if it was wooden. This way, you know, again, you know, it is plexiglass. I didn't want it to break or anything like that. So, you know, that it's, again, you know, this is something that I've been wanting to build since I built the first one out of wood. You know, that with, you know, with these, that if you're going out to a haunted road, you can bring it with you, a haunted bridge. You know, if you're doing a haunted camping trip, you can do it, you know, that way as well. You know, this is just a easier, simple, more affordable portal box / spirit box. You know, that you can actually afford. By any chance, is this one acting like the first one did? Yes. So it's when you add a extra speaker on to this radio. The more deeper, aggressive tones actually are coming through the bottom speaker, and the more of like the whispers, high pitch ones are actually coming through the speaker on the radio. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. Now, like that was just coming through the bottom speaker. I don't know why it's like that. It just is, and nothing that I did to change it or anything, you know, like that. It's just how it happened. So I shouldn't go bring my mom in here since she is one of the co-leaders. I'm gonna let her see the box. so you know, you can have it any color. You know, so this is acting the same way how the other box is.
Yeah.
With the deeper sounds coming through the bottom speaker, more of like the high pitched whispers are coming through the radio. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. But now we have 2 of them.
Awesome.
You know, so you can even change the color to yellow. You know, or you can, click auto. You know, which changes the colors and everything by itself. But I don't know if anybody online has seizures or anything, so I'm just going to keep it as a solid color.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
Awesome.
So we have 2 of them. I would have to say out of both of them, this is my
the favorite.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, so you know, this is something that guys just easily build. Glad it works the same way. Yes, doing it is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
good job, Joe.
Thank you. You know, and of course that I have all the lights facing the inside, so it's not blinding anybody on the outside unless you're like literally looking through it. But even to be honest with you guys look through it. It kind of makes it look like it's like bigger than it really is on the inside. It really does.
That's cool.
And that, like, with the reflection, everything, that like it looks like it goes farther back than it really does. Again, this box is 11 inches. Wait, what is it? No, it's 14 inches by 8 inches. The other one is 14 by 11, the wooden one. That I could, put lights and stuff on the outside of the wooden box, but I'm not going to do that. That I might build, another one of these and have like the wooden one as like a backup. Or use that one for when we're going into like really like messed up areas. So if anything does happen to it, anything like that, it's not going to get, it's more of a one to where if you drop it, it's not going to be so dramatic and possibly breaking because it's made out of wood. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to end the YouTube. I am going to try to add stuff to the description of the YouTube. I will stay on TikTok Live, talk to you guys for a little bit. So, all right, YouTube. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.